And welcome back to the Xfinity Desk as we get ready to head into the final match of the night. We've got Team Envyus about to go up against STR8 Rippin. Now, before we go into that, for anybody that does follow the Halo scene, you may have heard Snipedown's montage is coming out tomorrow.
I think they follow the Halo scene, Kyle. They're watching the twitch.tv Halo stream right now.
Always a good sign then. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the teaser here and see what we're in store for tomorrow. $11:30 a.m. tomorrow. We'll get to find out some of Snipedown's montage clips and what he's been doing since Halo 5 came out. A lot of tournament gameplay sure to be in store for that as well. And like we said, Snipedown is getting ready to fight here today against STR8 Rippin. It is our 4th ranked team up against our 8th ranked team. Now, there is still, even though we're in the final match, there is still wiggle room here for both of these teams and where they will fall in the bracket. We'll talk about that here more in just a moment. But first, let's take a look a little bit more at Team Envy here. So, of course, 3-3, decent map win percentage rate, and the players you're on your screen: Hook, Snipedown, Mikwin, and Pistola. Guys that have been around for the scene for quite some time, as well as some new blood here, and a team you can never count out.
Yeah, kind of a lackluster regular season for Envy, but again, nothing to be worried about if you're an Envious fan or even a player on the team. Honestly, taking a look at Hook, 24 perfect kills competing since 2016, that first place in the fall 2016 season. One of those reasons not to be worried, because again, these guys are going to excel when they go onto that LAN environment. You got Mikwin, you got Pistola, you have Snipedown. These guys have been competing in tournaments for quite some time now, so it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to fare today. And you know, think about how different the Envy season would have been if they were just able to close out that series against Optic Gaming.
Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't have had this epic Liquid defeating the final match and giving Optic their first loss. And, you know, with this team, Team Envyus, like we said, wiggle room for both of these guys within the standings. Evil Genius just showed up and did what they needed to do today. They can move up to as high as 4th seed if Envy is not able to take this one, or if they get 3-0'd here. If they're able to get just one game, Envy will be able to secure themselves as that 4th seed. Luminosity has moved down to 6th seed at this time. And STR8 Rippin, if they're able to come out here and get a win, they could overtake Ronin.
Yeah, I believe that STR8 has to win this series 3-1. If it's a 3-2, I think that Ronin will have the same map win percentage, and they also have the head-to-head. So STR8 going to have to come out firing. Meanwhile, you have Envy still playing for something as well. So today, just jam-packed in action and jam-packed with, I guess you can say, circumstances of what the results are.
Yeah, and let's take a look at the series layout here and find out which maps and game types these teams are going to be facing off on. Eden Strongholds, Rig Slayer, Coliseum CTF, Plaza Strongholds, and then Game 5 Regret Slayer potentially in the works.
Yeah, the good game types here, the same game types that we saw from the previous series. Eden Strongholds, again, going to be pretty red side favorites, so it's going to be tough here for STR8, but it's not something that they can do, or it's definitely something that they can do. Chaotic, he had a fantastic game 1 against these guys on CTF Fathom yesterday. Not against these guys, but against Luminosity yesterday, so I'm looking out for him to do some big things as well. And surprisingly, we did see some amazing things coming out from these guys, even with the short amount of time that they've had practice under their belt.
Yeah, and Envyus, on the other hand, this is not a squad that's going to let this match or series slip through their fingers here, because they do not want to fall down in the standings at all. And Snipedown, with his montage coming out tomorrow, he is not ready to end the season on a loss.
Yeah, not at all. He's trying to make some more clips for that one. Not sure if they can stick it in quite yet there, because they're probably already rendered. It's probably all ready to go. Don't want to, you know, mess up with the flow of the music and all of the cuts and things like that. But here it is, guys. Eden Strongholds. 100 points to win. You have the overshield, you have the camo, you have the rockets. Kicking this one off with Rain. Let's see what the play is going to be. Typically, Mikwin is that guy to go for the overshield. It's going to be a delayed push down there, and Rain is doing whatever he can to stop these guys from picking it up, but it is going to be Mikwin right around the 47 mark, picking that overshield up and slamming it into his chest.
Yeah, that's a great job by Mikwin, staying alive, getting around the corner, blocking his head from being finished off, allowing that overshield to charge up, and sure enough, gonna be grabbing a kill already. Snipe down, he just died and had the camo, so no need to worry about that anymore, but essentially opening strategy and overall control going over to Envy to open it up.
Great shots from the knock side, backing down Ola as he does have that light rifle. Blue Ben currently being captured, but it looks like that is going to go on over to Envy. So Red Nest and Blue Ben currently being captured. That's a kill from Rain going on over to Hook, but Mikwin grabbed that overshield, eventually made his way on over towards the Rockets. Big 1v1 if he can win it. No, shut down as Mikwin found 2, 3 dead for straight. Hines is the last guy alive, and potentially a triple cap coming in as now Pistol has made his way over towards the catwalk.
It's a scary moment. Hines has got nowhere to run here as he's trapped in the base, but Chaotic off spawn with some great grenades will finish off catwalk and allow Hines to get a reset here and even a back smack. Almost a back smack. Psych, just kidding. That guy's almost gonna live.
Psych, just kidding. Yeah, he did almost live, and that's gonna be first points now on the board for Straight Rippin as Hook's caught out over towards the red alley. Gets the kill right there onto Rain with the beatdown, and now 3 players for Envy located in that red area. Now it's up to Hines to lock this down. Great shots going in onto Hook. Has help with Chaotic over there coming from the bridge. Now it looks like Snipetown caught out over towards the red nest. Straight Rippin adding pressure over here, and a rotation coming in from Hines.
Yeah, now we're seeing a lead change here, and this is a good opportunity for Straight to get back into it, as we do have the new set of power-ups coming up here momentarily. They have control. They're working on getting Nest now here for Envyus, so Straight, they need to try to stop at least catwalk. Nest is going to go over for sure to Envyus, and now we're watching these battles here. Mikwin not helping out at catwalk quite yet. As you can see, 2 players just fell. He is focusing on overshield, but that might be a little bit too much. 4 dead for Envy. This is Straight's opportunity.
That was a late overshield, so that one was around 47, and then Denoxide is going to grab that one. Rain laying down some cover fire with that light rifle, grabs the rockets, gets out of there. Curious to see what happened with the camouflage. We'll see who picked that one up in a second, but that's going to be Red Nest and Catwalk in control of Straight. They still have a little bit of overshield, they still have rockets, and it's going to be Chaotic with the sniper rifle. Or with the camo, sorry.
Yeah, Chaotic has that camo, Rain has those rockets. He's working on trying to focus on the bend here, at least keeping Envy from flanking outside in any way. Get some shots down on a player, but nobody was able to finish off that kill here. Got Envy, looks like they're focusing more on Nest as a player. Pistola gets taken out over towards blue.
Good rocket coming in from Rain. Is it going to connect? No. Great job by Austin Mikwin using the thrust right there. Somehow Rain going to survive. Triple cap in effect right now for Straight Rippin. They did get the reset somehow over towards the nest as well. Great grenade coming in onto the Oxide from Ola, but it's not going to connect. It's going to be Pistola picking up that kill. A couple players on the radar right now for Rain. A guy coming around the outside, so he's going to get lit up here. Got to be careful. He's going to shoot that directly at the pipe that's sticking out, and it does connect. However, it looks like Blue Bend is going to go on over to Envy.
Yeah, but just getting Blue Bend after all that, and the triple cap was in effect. There's this Straight racking up a lot of points here. Already probably getting more points than I kind of thought the series was going to play out, but I don't know what I was thinking, because today has been completely unpredictable.
Now Snipetown making his way outside, getting that kill with Mikwin onto Rain. That's going to be Hines dropping Hook as well. So we have a 1-on-3 situation for Denoxide here. Snipetown is going to grab that red nest. And a great job by Envy retaking control.
Yeah, we'll see what Snipetown's able to do here. He gets into a battle. 2 players over at the bend. He will get dropped. One of those kills gets taken, gets cleaned up, and Hines racks up a double kill for himself right as the power-ups are coming up again. Nobody's looking at it. Hines and Straight. What's going on here, Tom? Are they just the Game 1 kings, or are they going to be able to go the distance here?
Oh, I'm not sure. Still plenty of time left on this game. You do have Catwalk currently being under control. Hines is trying to lock outside right now, and he does have Hook in front of him. Great shots coming in from Hines. That's going to be 3 dead now. Last guy alive is Pistola over towards the red alley area. They don't seem to know where he is. Clamor coming up. Hines missing that one. Grenades coming in as well. He does miss out on a huge opportunity to find Ola. He was even on his screen.
Yeah, we are still over here on board with Chaotic here, getting some shots down on the players over towards Nest. Seeing the kill feed there, Denoxide's over there by Turbine. He grabs a kill. Last 2 members of Envy, one's up towards top catwalk, securing that, but Hines has a great flank coming over here. Denoxide with the rocket, make that a potential double kill. Sure enough, 2 dead for Envy, 4v2 once again, and Envy is not able to get anything going here.
Yeah, and the reset comes on over towards the catwalk. I'm curious to see if that was the rocket that took that player out. You have Hook trying to make his way on over, but he does get caught out. That's going to be the Noxide flying in with the rocket. Snipe down, getting the trade-off onto Chaotic. Pistola finds one onto Heinz, and now it looks like the catwalk push is coming in from Envy. Not going to connect there, but does get the reset is Rain. He also is staying alive for as long as possible. Another reset coming in, more reinforcements flying towards blue platform, and Rain staying alive throughout all of this somehow.
And Straight somehow just getting reset after reset here. Rain even getting rewarded with additional kill for staying alive there. That's 3 dead for Envy again just a moment ago. Tom Straight's at 90 points and Rain with the perfect shot.
Now Hook's the last guy alive. Where is he coming from is the question. Straight Rippin looking to press their advantage, capturing this red nest. This is a completely different team that we were seeing before. Triple cap in effect, and that is going to be game number 1 going on over to Straight Rippin.
Tom, what is life right now?
I don't know.
How do you predict these matches, and how are these teams being able to show up with, you know, it's the same roster that we saw yesterday for both these teams, but yet the play style and aggressiveness and individual plays is just completely different again.
Yeah, and what you were seeing Straight Rippin do so well was staying alive and baiting and switching in certain scenarios. I mean, just Rain alone, just dipsy doodling on over towards that camo area, getting resets on over towards the catwalk. Great rocket and power weapon control overall. Taking a look at the stats, 6 power weapon kills overall for Straight, and it doesn't look like much coming in besides Mikwin, 2 coming in on that front. 12 and 6 to start for Rain, too. Great start coming out of the gates for him. It's not even like they outslayed that heavily, but just great rotations overall and great execution on that triple cap.
Yeah, and the story there for me is really Heinz. 10 and 10 with 16
assists. Holy cow.
That's more than twice as many assists as the next person in the game.
As Envy combined. He had 16 assists, Envy had 16 assists.
Wow, you're right. Yeah, Heinz as many assists as Envyus.
Me good at math.
Yeah, I mean, all I know is like that was completely absurd. And, you know, to point that out as well, the other 3 guys of Straight also had more assists than Envy combined, if you take those 3 versus the 4 of Envy. So that was just complete, you know, just breaking Envy down and picking them apart left and right. So it's really going to be up to Envy to bounce back from this, but I would almost say it's almost more Straight to keep up this momentum, because we saw the same thing yesterday against Luminosity, and then they just completely dropped the ball and fell off. So they really need to keep up this momentum.
Yeah, and it's Rig Slayer this time around too. Same game type as game number 2 yesterday. Game number 1 was Fathom CTF, so we'll see what Straight can do here. 50 to 49 is my prediction, because how many game 2s have we seen go into Straight Rippin into 50 to 49? So here it is, guys. Rig Slayer starting this one off with Rain.
But could it be the first 50 to 49 that they actually win? That's what we're going to be waiting to see what happens here. Already, pretty rough start, not going to lie. This is not what you wanted to see. Wow, Rain with a big reversal on the snipe down. A little uncharacteristic. Snipe down, better hope that doesn't make it into the montage.
4 to 1 here, coming out from Envy out of the gates. Hook with the sniper rifle. This is a great start for them. Heinz finds one onto Mikwin. That was the scatter shot player, so a good opportunity for these guys to do something. A couple grenade projectiles coming out so they can see that good thrust back coming in from Rain. Not sure if he even realized that Hook was sniping over there. Now they're aware, because the headshot going in onto Chaotic. Is the aggression going to come out from Envy, or are they going to slow play this one?
Yeah, we'll find out here shortly. Hook is just looking around, trying to find some angles. Rain doing a good job putting some damage down, but he takes a body shot. That's going to be a bad position to be in as Snipe Down walks in and cleans up the kill. Hook, we'll see what he's able to do here. Currently sitting at 3-0 here, still holding onto this sniper rifle.
I really like that rotation coming in from Hook. Anytime that you get a snipe, you want to kind of move into a different area, because people are going to just take those angles and hide behind walls. Interestingly enough, Straight Rippin has completely flipped the map now and made their way on over towards the back wall and carbine side, allowing Hook to snipe on over towards the bunker. 4-0 to start this game for Hook with a 4-kill lead. Great start for him.
Yeah, we'll see what he's able to do. They probably have callouts that there's at least 2 members. Do they know that there's 3 over here? Hook will answer that call, gets 1, make that a quick, easy double kill. Looking around for the last member alive. That's going to be Heinz, and he decides, hey, I'm just going to get out of Dodge.
Yeah, that's exactly what you need to do here. Setting up for the camo is the best thing for both of these teams. Another nice body shot coming in from Hook, not able to get the cleanup onto Heinz. Heinz still weak though, possibly coming in with some help. Mikwin is going to drop on over to Denoxide. A couple players over towards top tower. Chaotic somehow staying alive throughout all of that. Now Heinz aware of where the sniper rifle player is coming from. 10-6 here in favor of Envy. Camo coming up here any second now. Remember, Pistola was the man to grab that last time. Denoxide trying to take out Hook, but both players are no shields. You see the players fighting over towards the middle of the map, so now Hook is caught outside here by himself in a 2-on-1 situation.
Yeah, we'll see if he's going to be able to get anything out of it, but Chaotic, without any help, just says no and finishes off that kill. Mikwin's answering back, trying to do some of his own, but Chaotic with perfect shots there. Chaotic really starting to show up here and you know, demonstrate or represent for Straight here.
Yeah, I mean, something's obviously happened chemistry-wise for these guys. They, you know, put on a really good performance yesterday, especially with no practice, and then today looking pretty solid as well after taking game number 1 and only being down a 1 kill after now make that 1 kill lead out of nowhere. Heinz with the perfect shots. Now Snipedown is the last guy alive, caught over towards the connector. Mikwin is caught over towards that bunker area. You're gonna have a couple players over towards the top tower area, so big 1v1 coming in right here for both of these players, but it looks like Heinz wants to get out of there, and he does somehow. Oh, does not somehow.
You jinxed him, and he will be taken out. That's going to be Snipedown now we're on board with this. He's pushing out. They got the call-outs. They know there's at least one player over here towards the carbine. Now, whether or not Snipedown recognizes that's where the spawners are going to be, he takes some damage from a grenade. That's going to give away his position. Almost destroys Denoxide there, but Denoxide does manage to escape.
Great fight coming in from both players. They're aware of where these guys are coming from. You do have support on the bridge area. Ola and Snipedown working together. Mikwin there as well. Hook's going to drop Heinz. Denoxide with the perfect shots onto Mikwin. He's going to drop as well. That's a double coming in for Hook. You can tell Snipedown really working together with his team here. Now trying to stay alive in that underpass area. Rain's going to drop him as well. Mikwin is no shields over towards that snipe side. 2 kills going on over towards Straight. And there's a player making his way on over towards the barrels area. So this is a good position for Straight if they want to set up here and try to get this camo.
Yeah, Rain with a perfect kill there on the Snipedown, who had just come off spawn as well. Chaotic answers back. Tom, this is looking like we've seen in some of the other games here today. 21-22, just inching forward, staying neck and neck.
Now Rain getting a little bit too aggressive, not able to connect on that Spartan charge. Good job trying to predict that one. Hook's gonna drop eventually. Curious to see what happened with that camo throughout all this time. Snipedown finding one onto Chaotic. Mikwin staying alive throughout all that. 2-kill lead for Envy. It's been back and forth here the entire time, and it looks like Snipedown was the guy to walk away with that camo.
Yeah, we'll see. So Straight recognizes and knows that Snipedown has the camo. You can just tell by the way they're positioning themselves on the map, trying to cut off the angles of their back and just see or cut off, you know, whatever routes that they can find here.
2 players trapped on over towards the barrel side. If Straight Rippin was to collapse on this, this could be pretty powerful for them. Instead, they are going to let this player pick up the scatter shot. So now camo scatter shot in the hands of Snipedown. Not the position that you want to be in for Straight. 5-kill lead now, and weapons still in their hands. Chaotic caught out no shields over towards the white corner area. Should be a pretty easy kill for the side of Envy. That's going to be a trade of kills now. Make that 2 kills going on over to Envy as they continue to add more pressure on Straight Rippin as they spawn at the bunker.
Yeah, and Envy's getting a lot of unanswered kills here now. What was just 22-21 is now a 6-kill lead in favor of Envy, and Snipedown still has the scatter shot here.
Yeah, Snipedown pushing his advantage right now, trying to charge in onto Rain. Has a player in front of him, but Denoxide with the thrust beatdown. Great play coming in from there. 2 down for Envy, make that 3 down from Envy as Straight Rippin has regained a little bit more control. Hook has flanked out throughout this entire time though. If they can pinch him, that'd be great for Straight, but that could allow more players from Envy to be distracting, and then they could come out and come in behind Straight Rippin.
Ooh, they did go ahead and spot Snipedown. No, there's actually 2 players from Envy here. Another guy collapses on towards the snipe spawn. Oh, Snipedown misses the Spartan charge. This is a big opportunity to get back into this for Straight here, but they just lost 2 more members, and Rain is getting collapsed on. Not going to be able to find what he's looking for, I don't think here. Just too many members of Envy.
Too many members of Envy all flooding over towards that bunker area. As I was saying, if they didn't collapse on Hook fast enough, they were going to come in from behind from Envy. That's exactly what happened. Now camo up on the map over here, Straight Rippin not in position. Snipedown with the sniper rifle, Pistola with the scatter shot. So huge advantages right now in Envy's hands.
Yeah, and if you know Snipedown or know him personally, he's not going to be happy about that one. Nothing makes him more mad than getting back-whacked when he has the sniper. Denoxide, whether or not he's going to be able to bring this back with this weapon is going to be the true test, but a great double angle from Mickwin and Snipedown just melt him.
Yeah, they weren't expecting the camo player to pop out exactly when they did. And now Mickwin going to rotate on over towards that sniper rifle, but it gets taken right in front of him instead. Rain going to get a beatdown on a Pistola. Hit marker is going to possibly come in onto Mickwin right there. He wanted to stay up top, but instead falling down below. He's going to meet Chaotic right in front of him. Chaotic somehow staying alive over towards the box area. And now Mickwin forced to retreat on over towards the white corner. He did appear on radar. You do have multiple players coming in from the barrels area. Good spawn coming in from Hines. Can he pinch this kill quick enough, though? You do have a player going to drop on him from top tower anytime.
Yeah, and Snipedown with the sniper rifle here. This is going to be a scary moment. Straight cannot let him start picking them apart as they've already hit the 40 kill mark, still down by 7. They really need to bring this one back here. You do not want to fall down already 2-0.
Just all you got to do, 48 to 42. That's just keep telling yourself that. Whatever you can do to get to 42 kills and allow them to get to 48, you're going to win. It's 100% confirmed today.
I think I said 2-0. I meant 1-1 though.
What's that?
I think I just said 2-0, but I meant 1-1.
Yeah, that's true. And now sniped. Oh, Hook with a double kill with the frag grenade. That's going to really open up the map for Envy. You can tell they want to charge on that. That's going to be a triple kill for him as he finds the Denoxide. Can he find the 4th? Not going to happen, but 10 kill lead now after those 3 kills in a row coming in from Envy.
Ooh, there's a lot of player outlines there on Snipedown's screen as he grabs 1 kill. Everyone else is kind of scattered around a little bit. Some pretty good angles, but not able to find any new shots quite yet. And just as I say that, Snipedown never one to disappoint, already picking up a few extra kills here.
If he does this, that'd be ridiculous. That's the angle he needed to take, but Rain has the battle rifle, shuts it down. 2 kills going on over Straight. Ola's also caught out underneath the underpass area. That should be another free kill there from Straight. All they got to do is clear that player out. Again, that's kind of been their mistake, not clearing out Luke fast enough. Now Ola staying alive just for a little bit. Even if Ola's able to get a trade, that's going to be huge. Hook gets a kill onto Hines. That even allowed them to distract Chaotic, who had the scatter shot as well. So now 49 to 40. I mean, we've seen some crazy stuff today, Kyle.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's possible.
This one would take the cake, absolutely, and just as we say it, Mickwin not one to let that happen to him and bounces back here almost instantly, gets that melee kill, and for the very first time today, we have not seen some sort of
50, like 49,
yeah,
50, 48.
Ridiculous ending.
Yeah, that was a great game overall, executional-wise from Envy, the way that they were able to pick these guys apart, but also Rippin made a couple of misplays, allowing Snipedown to get the camo. I'm curious to see what the overall power weapon kills were. So 8 power weapon kills as Hook went 20 and 11. Ridiculous from him. Positive 9 in a 10 kill game. 3 power weapon kills by him. 5 from Snipedown. 8-2 in that department. As we said, that is typically a trend by the winning team controlling those power-ups overall.
Honestly, I thought, Hook wouldn't have those kind of stats. He ended up missing a lot of the snipe shots towards the end of that game, where this guy, if he was probably playing on top of his game, we might have been looking at like a 25-5 kind of action here. But nonetheless, this was Envyus. Just doing an amazing job here in this Rig Slayer, not letting Straight ever kind of get back.
You're gonna knock
the
man
game.
Saying that he should have went 25-5.
You know,
20 and 11
I'm just
is still
saying.
good.
I'm just saying he could have gone 25-5.
Yeah, he could have went 50-0.
He could. That's something. That would be something. What's the most you've ever seen in a Slayer?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Tournament play.
I want to say like. I feel Killer Ren on exit wounds in a lockout Slayer, I think, dropped 24 or 26. And that was literally because all they did was grab the sniper rifle
and let him
and then bring it back to him, drop it inside of the library, and then let him snipe over towards back BR. They would literally just set up the entire map for him. But yeah, I think that, I can recall definitely a 24, 26 kill performance.
Yeah, you never forget Killer Ren going top middle on lockout, sniping people and nobody knowing where it's coming from. The last place you expect is a top middle guy to do that. But as we say, we are going into game number 3. Capture the flag on Coliseum. Envyus versus Straight series already tied up 1-1.
Hook doing what he normally does, pushing over towards that pyramid area. Snipedown gonna get the perfect shots onto Rain. Not sure if Rain was able to toss that sniper rifle off. He wasn't able to. Now Hook is the last guy alive, however, for Envy. Are they gonna have the information on where he's at? Hines staying alive as long as possible, able to get that kill. Flag is currently being pulled, however. Not sure where that one's being ran. Denoxide has rockets, needs to stay alive, and not able to. Pistola getting the kill right there, and it seems to me that Denoxide was the guy to pull the flag.
Yeah, we'll see how this one ends up playing out. Heinz with some nice shots, gets that perfect kill, has another player weak in front of him. Just trying to push in, gets hit markers again, and will finish off the kill onto Hook.
Clean play coming in from Heinz. He eventually drops from Mikwin. You do have Pistola with the rockets. Let's see how many he has left. Only one, so he's going to make his way on over towards back pyramid, trying to spot anyone making their way towards the sneaky. He is going to see Rain, but does miss that rocket. Big miss there coming in from Ola. Does get the hit marker right there. Rain going to fly off the map. It is going to be 2 dead, 3 dead there for Envy. Now last guy inside the back of the base, sniping. Nice shot right there onto the body there for Chaotic, but Chaotic does get the hit markers and distracting underneath the base. Has to stay alive though. All 3 members from Envy have made their way over towards the elbow, so straight up and in a pretty good position if they want to try to bait and switch over here. Good flank coming in from Denoxide. You have another player distracting over towards the cave, not getting too aggressive, and Chaotic, fantastic job staying alive, doing maximum damage while taking as much damage as possible. Now good bait and switch coming in, trying to take out Snipe down. That's going to be 2 fresh dead there. Rain tossing the flag out, but Pistola with the perfect shots, shutting that one down.
That was some great defense from Envyus. It really looked like Straight was going to get the opportunity to put all 4 dead and push out, but a couple members died, and Rain, last guy alive, tries to make the flag. You know, similar plays to what we saw earlier in the day with some of these crazy series on this map, but not going to work out in their favor. Pistola shuts that one down.
Yeah, great angles coming in from Denoxide, predicting where Ola was going to go overall. Now he's like the main line of defense for Straight Rippin to try to help secure these weapons. Does get hit right there with the sniper rifle from Mikwin. Not sure where Mikwin was sniping from, possibly from that rocket side. You do see Pistola with the rockets making his way over there. Heinz going to find that kill onto Mikwin. You have Snipe down underneath the base over there, not with any weapons though, so he's just trying to stay alive as long as he can. Flag has been pulled from the side of Envy, making their way down towards bottom center. No, it's going to be a flag toss over towards the window coming in from Envy.
Yeah, Denoxide trying to stay alive. He's got Mikwin, who's also got the sniper rifle right above him, drops down, throws a perfect grenade, and that was a cap and a half right there.
I cannot believe they just tossed that flag all the way to their own window right there. What a play from Envy. Like you said, great defense, and then getting that pull when Straight Rippin wasn't expecting it. Now, 3 minutes in, up 1-0.
Yeah, Straight Rippin definitely starting off well here, but that flag cap, that's going to be a disheartening one, because that is not something you see very often, is that top mid, or I don't even know what you call it, just a window-to-window run.
Yeah, window-to-window run right there. Now Mikwin staying alive with this sniper rifle. Rain having the carbine. Big kill if he can find it, and he does. Good help coming in across the map. Chaotic found a kill onto Snipe down. That's going to be all 4 dead there coming in, and I think a flagpole coming in at the same time. And look at this, Chaotic in a great spot. However, he does miss right there with the rockets, tossing the sniper rifle on over to Mikwin. Will Mikwin hit the headshot? He wasn't able to connect. However, he's coming around the corner. He did connect, but just a second too late.
Yeah, Straight Rippin got to be happy with that one, as they turned over sniper rockets without any kills here. Heinz with a great grenade, and then the kill feed there. He did not have sniper rifle, or maybe he did. I don't know how that just happened, but either way, Envy still moving this flag across the map. 4v3, make that a 4v2 situation. Unless Chaotic pulls off something insanely clutch here, but he gets taken out already. That's going to be a counter cap once again for Envy.
Yeah, counter cap coming in from Envy. A lot of that having to do with the fact that Chaotic was not able to connect with those rockets. That would have been such a great position to be in for Straight Rippin. They could have maintained control and potentially ran another flag, but instead it's just not going to happen. Rain's going to fall off the map. That's going to be 2 fresh dead there for Straight. Envy in a prime position to potentially get inside of the base here. Heinz is going to drop. You can tell Straight Rippin just a little bit discombobulated right now, not responding to callouts the way that they should be. There's Denoxide responding to one underneath the base. Hook is going to drop. Now Snipe down, laying down the shots. Great bait and switching coming in from Straight.
Yeah, 4v2, this is their opportunity. Pistola's top rockets. Mikwin's back down to elbow, but Mikwin answers back with another sniper kill already. He's also got rockets in his back pocket. That's the fresh set here on top of everything. And this is just Mikwin being doing Mikwin-like things here. 13 kills out of Hook, and you've got 11 from Mikwin. Heinz and Chaotic holding down the fort for Straight, though, at 11 and 10.
Yeah, good games from them overall. They're going to have to get the weapons, though. You can see Mikwin feeling so confident here. Still has 2 rockets left, 1 shot left in that sniper rifle. There's the rocket misses that they needed, but still landing the beatdown overall. And I don't know what happened, but apparently Mikwin picked up a double kill. We're going to get off that janky screen.
Yeah, Mikwin just picked up a ridiculous double kill in a situation where he probably should have died. And sure enough, he actually ended that double kill with 0 ammo. He had sniper rockets and was empty in both.
Yeah, I can't tell if it's lagging or what's going on here, but either way, we do have a flag being pulled out. Denoxide gets that kill onto Mikwin. Rain is going to drop over down towards the Rocket Street, and that's going to be a reset on the flag. Hook's now making his way on over towards the elbow. Good opportunity to run this one. 2 dead there for STR8 Rippin. Hook's going to toss this one. Is he going to try to toss it into the window like he did last time? But no, 3 dead. Mikwin now the last guy alive. Easy return there for STR8.
But Mikwin being the last guy alive is still a scary moment. And the reason I say that is we saw what he did against Team Liquid on this map alone. They had 3 dead. Mikwin last guy alive. It's like a 4v1 scenario, and he sniped 2 or 3 different people and prevented a flag capture. So you can never count Mikwin out.
Nice job there by Hines, trying to stay alive as long as he can. Gets the beat down there onto Pistola, buying some time for his teammates to make the push on over towards the snipe side. Mikwin, he's skipping all over the place towards the red flag. Pistola's going to pop up on off the spawn. Snipe down, though, has the sniper rifle, so let's see what's going on with his point of view.
Yeah, Snipedown has that weapon, does hit a body shot. He's got Hook in there cleaning up kills. That's a fresh 3 dead. Last guy alive is Rain. He just gets taken out top of Rockets here. Everyone else from Straight's going to be coming off spawn at their base. You can see him trying to push through. Hines with some Rockets. Not going to work out. And just like that, another game down here. And STR8 Rippin, they may be the best Game 1 team we have ever seen in the world here, but they need to be able to maintain that momentum to carry out a series and take down the likes of a Luminosity or a Team Envyus.
Yeah, and just great flag grabs overall. 5 flag grabs coming in from Envy, 3 flag grabs coming in from STR8. STR8 had their opportunities, but a couple of them slipped away. Snipedown dropping those 14 assists overall. So very solid gameplay coming out from Envy. STR8 going to have to regroup over here. It's obvious that their weakness is the power weapons. 11 power weapon kills coming in from Envy. 1 power weapon kill coming in solely from Hines. So we saw Denoxide with the Rockets, didn't capitalize on it. We saw Chaotic with an opportunity with Sniper Rockets, didn't capitalize on that as well. So these guys just need to regroup here, focus, get the weapons in their hands, and try to make something happen. Game number 4 has to be, let me think, it has to be another Strongholds game. So it's Strongholds Plaza is game number 4. Hey, there's not many weapons on this map besides the shotgun here, and also in Regret, you're not going to have anything besides the plasma caster, so this could be their opportunity to do something.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how this one plays out. I think this is a good opportunity. STR8 could possibly make something happen here. They've got 1 win under their belt. We could very well be seeing them send this into a game 5. I know that's what I'd be excited to see here. And the STR8 squad, I mean, it looks like they're meshing pretty well. Even though they've been losing here, it seems like they're meshing better with Chaotic and Rain.
I mean, definitely. The fact that they still haven't even gotten in a full scrimmage as a team, all they had as actual practice is 1 day of matchmaking, I think 10 games of Arena. They had the day before yesterday, and then yesterday's series against Luminosity, which was 4 games overall, and now these 3 games that they've played against Envy. So overall, I think they have about 17 games as a team compared to Envy, who's probably pushing well over 1,000 in your fall champions as well. But still, plenty of games left to be played. It's Strongholds Plaza starting this one off with Rain, who does want to try to grab this camouflage, and it looks like he does so.
Yeah, he might be able to escape. Not quite yet. Envy is going to be ones that chase you down there. They never want to let somebody get away with any kind of power-ups or power weapons. They do have bottom mid in their control, but they traded that, or sacrificed it, I should say, maybe here for a nest. Looks like rather than going straight for nest, they're just going to push back here and try to contest or capture this yard. They will be the first ones to put points on the board.
Yeah, so it looks like a bottom middle charge worked out there for Envy, and then a slow push on over towards the yard. Nest is a pretty desirable stronghold to have, but not if it's the only one that you have on the map. So now the rotation is towards bottom middle here. Snipe down with the shotgun. Look out, possible ninja coming in, but that player just immediately leaves. Rain a little slow to respond to this call up, but nonetheless still lays down some decent damage. Perfect shots coming in from Snipe down. Still alive with this shotgun. Could be doing some serious damage over here. Looks like Chaotic came in, got the reset, but Snipe down going to be laying down some serious fire from S4. Fortunately from STR8, they did have that player top goal to lay down some shots, and then Chaotic coming in there perfectly with the bait and switch, but still plenty of time being racked up on the board right now for Envy.
Yeah, and that could have been disastrous if Snipedown turned around a hair earlier, got that kill on Chaotic. They would have been able to, or perfect position to secure a triple cap and just really bring the hurt here. Now, they did get a triple cap, but the amount of time they get is probably going to be a lot less here as Yard does go eventually back over here to STR8.
Yeah, and it looks like Rain got a pretty fortunate spawn on over towards the back wall, but he's not able to live for long because Hook is on top of it. Hook rocking double rifles here. He does have the battle rifle. He does have the light rifle. Now Denoxide, last guy alive. This is going to be a potential triple cap coming in for Envy. It's not going to last long because they're eventually going to clear Hook out of this area and then get that retake. But either way, that's going to buy them enough time to hold bottom middle, hold that nest area, and then communicate on what they want to do for this camo. Pre-grenades coming out onto Rain as he tried to make his way out towards the light rifle. That's not going to happen. Ola over towards the flowers area, making sure that they can't come out of yard. And that's 2 kills going on over Snipe Down. Hook and Mikwin flying out with the aggression. They're eventually going to get the camo as well. The only way Straight Rippin can get out of this is if they have some sort of good flank or potentially spawn over towards the back wall. They do get the back wall spawn, but as that's happening, crossfire coming in from Flowers, Cafe, and Yard.
Yeah, now we're back on board with Mikwin here as he puts some good shots down, throws some nades. Nest going back over to Straight. Even with their control, they've only been able to get 1 point so far, so this is definitely a tough moment for Straight to be in. They really need to put it all together here, as you're not going to beat a team like Envy without teamworking them.
I'm surprised to see Mikwin not challenge that all the way to the death. Instead, he's going to back down, and it's going to be a 2-on-2, make that a 3-on-2 situation as Straight Rippin now gaining a little bit of control. Hook's made his way on over towards the nest. This is important to clear these guys out as we take a look at Hook's stats overall. Trying to fight Denoxide as he's no shields, keeping a majority of his shields, but still not able to connect. Now, Straight Rippin pushing their advantage, going for that triple cap. Ola is over towards the nest. You do have a pinch coming in from Straight over there, but now all of Envy spread out pretty thin.
Ooh, great grenade here coming out of Snipe Down to help pick up a kill there. That's all, however, though, 3 dead again for Envy, and Straight still with a triple cap. This is definitely a nice little comeback spree that we're seeing.
Yeah, definitely. Now they hold nest and bottom middle. The key is not to get too aggressive. Denoxide has pushed out a little bit too far. Landed some nice shots onto Hook. That's going to be a trade of kills. Now bottom center push coming in from Envy. 2-on-2 situation. Reset coming in. 3 dead now. Last guy alive is Mikwin, who's made his way on over towards the loop area. So Straight is aware of this. They do have to watch out though, because crossfire coming in from Hook on that loop area. Now the charge going to come in over from the posters area from Envy, but no, they elect to go down low. Interesting. It's actually worked out because Hines was doing the same thing, predicting that player to push on over towards the loop, but instead Hook made his way on over towards blue ramp instead. Now Hines trying to make his way back towards bottom middle to control this area. Last guy alive is Hook. Bottom middle should go back on over to Straight.
Yeah, we'll see if they'll be able to get control of this. There's 2 members of Envy make that 3 now, trying to push out of the base. Snipe Down's laying down some shots, but looks like with the split yard here and camo coming up, Straight Rippin is still in really prime position to get back into this one. Now it is a 4v2, so a lot of pressure on Denoxide's shoulders now to keep control here and grab some kills. He's got 2 frag grenades. I would have liked to see him throw one of those here. We'll see how he decides to play this one. He is moving around a little bit here, throwing some frag nades, trying to get over to Nest. Looks like they elect to just let that one go.
I don't know what happened, but apparently 3 dead right there. Now Denoxide making the rotation here with the bull shot. Needs to drop Snipe Down before Snipe Down can get the reset, and he does, and Chaotic stays alive throughout all that. Great job there coming out from the Straight Rippin team. A good challenge coming in. However, Pistola has rotated throughout all this towards the nest, so great rotation coming out. Triple cap in effect. The bleeding is going to stop on over here for Envy, but you do have Straight with the poor man setup, bottom, middle, and yard.
Yeah, but Straight, they'll take it considering how much they were down trying to get back into this one. Anytime you have control or 2 strongholds, you're going to be happy with the situation here. Now they're pushing over. They want to absolutely get control of Nest again and keep a numbers advantage, as it was just a 4v2 scenario here. This is going to be Envy's time to really bring the pain here to Straight.
Not responding to callouts right there, but it is a 2-on-2 situation. And Oxide trying to clutch it on over towards the truck area. Has to get into the hill though, because you do have this player towards bottom middle, but there it is. Bottom middle going on over to Envy, tied up at 60. Hook, he is, let's see where someone else is going. It's 2-on-2 still. Chaotic and Denoxide alive. Denoxide going to be capturing the nest area, so interesting turn of events is now probably you're going to have Envy making their way on over towards the yard. While they're doing that, that's going to be the opportunity for Straight to push towards bottom middle. Denoxide's going to have to stay alive up here though.
Yeah, and we are seeing the first lead change here in favor of Straight now, as they just take it 65-64. 2 members of Envy are over in Nest, so that is going to go back in Envy's favor very shortly here. It's all going to come down to who can get control of this bottom middle here, as Mikwin is up at top gold, getting the callouts. Notice there's a player right below him. Big challenge, and a great grenade comes in. and that is going to be a couple of kills here going in Envy's favor once again as we are coming down to the end of this game.
Yeah, I like this play from Mick adding pressure on over towards the cafe. Unfortunate for Straight that they spawned all the way inside blue, but that's just based on the positioning for Envy. And now Envy trying to put the belly on these guys as they rotated on over towards the yard. However, it looks like Nest was grabbed over from the Straight Rippin side. So yard for Nest, a good trade overall. Now Mick going to try to regroup here and find out where these players have spawned. And Oxide caught out over towards the blue side. Now the bottom middle push coming in from Straight. 3-on-3 situation over here. Pretty much all coming down here to this last certain push here from Straight Rippin. Doesn't look like it's going to pay off though. They do get punished. Mikwin going to get that beat down. Now Denoxide having that camo guy coming in behind. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to get the kill. Too many players from Envy coming in. Reset coming in as well. Looks like bottom middle being captured there from Straight Rippin. Can they grab it? Wow, they do.
Wow, and yeah, Straight Rippin still showing some signs of life here. Hook doing what he can to try to rack up some kills and close out this series. Does a great job getting behind that wall and avoiding Denoxide here. Can anyone from Straight clean up this kill? You can see that kill feed is just back and forth going to both of these squads here. Hook some great shots once again. Ultimately gets taken out and a numbers advantage over here to Straight while still having control. Tom, are we going to see it happen?
I'm not sure because you do have a good flank coming in as well from the rest of the Straight Rippin team. That's going to be 2 dead. Good death grenade coming in, but is it going to connect? It doesn't look like it is. No team grenade going to connect either. That's going to be Mikwin getting that kill onto Denoxide. You're going to have a drop down from Mikwin. That's going to get traded out from Chaotic. Chaotic going to find a double kill, potentially pushing the triple kill as he does have a player over towards the loop area. He does get spotted out over towards the glass. Another one on the top gold. Chaotic in prime position over here. Needs to stay alive though, and he does. 2 shots coming into both players. Is that going to be enough for Straight Rippin to continue to lock this down?
And did you see that plasma pistol on snipe down screen? It hit the light pole there and actually prevented it from connecting with a member of Straight. Just as we see a lead change, 3 dead here for Team Envyus. Who gets taken out? 92 points on the board. Heinz securing himself camo. Can he get away and live here? This could absolutely end the game.
Heinz staying alive with camo, gonna have to rotate on over towards the nest. He does see a player flying out towards bottom middle. All he has to do is contest this, finds 1 kill. They need to get inside of that though. The last guy alive over towards the Prius. There goes the reset. We're going to a game number 5. Are you kidding me? Straight Rippin versus Envyus.
Straight Rippin showing some life once again. Takes game 1. I called them the best game 1 team in the world, but looks like they're good at game 4s too. We might very well see this happen.
That was a great game coming overall from Straight. I mean, fantastic gameplay, fantastic resets coming in, great just overall resiliency, I guess you can say. Heinz staying alive with that camo, fantastic play. So many plays coming out from Chaotic as well, dropping down. Denoxide filling areas, Rain filling areas as well. As we take a look at the stats, fairly even across the board. I want to say almost exactly even, Kyle.
I mean, that was definitely a team effort from Straight showing up here. The amount of assists they had, fairly even kills across the board. You take a look at the strongholds captured, most 7, least 5 here for this team. On the other hand of Envy, 9 for Pistola, only 4 for Hook, Sniped On, and Mikwin there. So you can just see just overall great team effort here to take down Envyus in this game number 4.
Yeah, definitely. And they were on the ropes, as you can see at the beginning of that game, 49-3, Kyle.
Wow, that's crazy actually too, especially considering the caliber of team that they're competing against right now in the likes of Envy here. And Hook alone, 23 kills, 16 assists. I was calling him out a little bit here, but he's definitely showing up once again and putting up some big numbers here for the squad.
Yeah, Hook's having one of his stronger performances in this Summer Pro League, and it's interesting to see, you know, the fact that he's having that type of a performance, but yet they're still being pushed to game 5 here. And now what is game number 5? It looks like it's going to be Slayer Regret. So again, when you take the sniper rifle and rockets out of the equation, you're going to see Straight Rippin really start to excel over there. If they can really fix those problems like they did have in CTF Coliseum, where they just completely weren't able to control those weapons, now we're going into Regret, where it's only the plasma caster. You do have that focus on the overshield. They should fare well here.
Yeah, I mean, with Regret, I'm thinking a lot of it is going to be experience coming into play here. And Straight, like you pointed out already before, they do not have a lot of practice under their belt. And you name out the number of times they've played or number of games they've played, you know, who knows how many times they've even played Regret. Might not even be included in that.
I don't know.
This is going to be a really tricky match, and I can't wait to see how this one plays out as we've got the players ready, and we are about to go into a game number 5, last day of the Pro League, very last series of the day, and this is number 8 seed taking on number 4 seeded Envyus here in this game 5.
I'm standing up for this one here. Straight Rippin versus Envy, game number 5. Looks like Mikwin is going to give up the first strike over here. Denoxide did pick up the green gun, so now he's trying to hunt where that overshield player has gone. It is Hook with the overshield down towards bottom middle. He's going to get the double beatdown onto Chaotic, but you can tell his overshield has been depleted all of the way. So now Denoxide in pretty good position here, and Straight Rippin now having tied that up, but Mikwin with a great flank over towards that car side.
Yeah, Denoxide had no idea where Mikwin came from. He knew that there was a player over towards red, but Mikwin on a crazy quick flank gets around the corner and actually takes out the plasma pistol player in Denoxide there. 3 to 4, so very close to start this one up, not hugely benefiting either team, and we are about to be tied up potentially here. That is going to be a 3v3 situation. Pink control generally over here to Envy, while car side is locked down by Straight.
Nice green gun there from Heinz, tying this one up. He does have a player down below his base as well. That's going to be sniped down. Is he going to be able to get the kill? Denoxide coming in with that cleanup. Mikwin going to get the trade-off onto Rain. 2 players for top center right now from the side of Envy. 3-on-3 top center. Crazy battle happening. Whoever's going to win this one is going to be in a really prime position. Denoxide trying to charge up, or Heinz trying to charge up that green gun, working with Denoxide over towards top center. 4 players now making their way towards top there for Envy, and they get 2 kills onto Straight.
That was a really big win for Team Envyus here. We'll see if anything Straight can do can answer back to that lead and 3v3 challenge victory that Envy just got here in fighting for Pete's control and top center.
Nice job dropping Ola in front of the base. Heinz with the perfect shots onto Hook. Now a 1-kill lead for Envy. Overshield coming up here in the next 20 seconds as well. Can't forget about that. Snipe down now caught out. No shields. Chaotic going to come in with that cleanup now, rotating over towards top car side. You can see in the player outlines, everyone from Envy located on that blue bridge. Ola's going to get caught out. Rain going to take one down onto Hook as well. Now it's Mikwin as the last guy alive over here, caught out. He does get hit by 1 grenade, make that 2 grenades, and the overshield is up. Let's see if Chaotic's aware of that. They do have multiple players for Envy making their way towards bottom middle. That overshield does get picked up. This time it is in the hands of Rain. So 1 overshield on over to Envy, 1 overshield on over to Straight. Big kill right there onto Hook. 2 kills and a killing spree on over to Chaotic.
16 to 12, Straight Rippin in the lead, trying to make this happen. They got Rain still with overshield left over. A fresh 3 dead. They coming off spawn over here towards red. They got to be careful though. Do they want to collapse on this base or let everyone come off spawn? All 4 members of Envy finally are up. Looks like they are a little spread out already, so really Straight has to be careful here. You do not want to let Envy get back into this one.
No, not at all. You got to be really careful here if you're Chaotic. Everyone is focusing this player right now. That's going to allow a couple players from Straight to make some moves. Snipe down now getting pegged in the back. That was a 3-for-1 trade in the favor of Envy. Now only a 5-kill lead here for Straight. Denoxide over towards P2 has to be careful. You have Snipe down flying in there. Heinz going to find one onto Hook. Good trade coming in. First Straight Rippin, crossfire coming in from Heinz on top of that base, but no, Snipe down going to shut that one down. Snipe down also has help coming in with the plasma caster, gets that kill right there onto Denoxide. It looks like Rain not going to respond to that call out, just going to back off, trying to find a kill of his own instead.
He was trying to find Pistola, who was no shields, but Pistola was able to escape by so much time and really close this gap here with the help of Snipe down and some amazing plasma caster shots here in a sure death situation to pick up a double kill.
Got to be careful if you're Straight Rippin here, clumping up a little bit too much. Someone's going to have to flank around the car side, and that's exactly what Denoxide is doing. He has to make sure that he's not sprinting, though. Can't use any of his abilities either, so he can't appear on the radar. Slow push coming around. Now he's going to charge. Heinz getting that trade in. Pistola going to pick one up as well. So now Denoxide making the smart play here and just slow playing it. However, he doesn't realize Mikwin has made his way into the very back of Carbine.
Mikwin, he is not one to fall for any kind of tricky plays here. When you have Envy just flying around top center trying to get some new angles here, while all of Straight looks like they are caught out low, not able to pick up that kill on Hook, but a couple of kills are coming in. That's a 3v2 situation here. Last 2 members of Envy were trapped car side, but some great grenades come in. Will Straight be able to get anything out of this? Looks like maybe not as Hook answers back. Still in the lead by 1 here. But this is a scary moment here for both these teams as we just hit the halfway point.
Yeah, Rain was able to grab the overshield, has a couple ticks left on that one. You can see Chaotic, he gets caught out over towards the car side. Hook's gonna shoot that barrel, snipe down, finding one as well. That's gonna be 3 dead for Straight Rippin. Rain is dead as well. Heinz, last guy alive, pegging these guys from behind, but that is a disaster turn of events there for Straight.
Yeah, we'll see if they're going to be able to get back into this one, back in the NB lead change. Now one player loses. That's 2 individual battles going down here in favor of Envy winning them 30-27. So by no means out of this yet, but Straight really needs to make sure they're not giving up too many deaths here while they're waiting for this next overshield.
Yeah, not at all. That's going to be Denoxide dropping on a no shields guy. Hook stays alive throughout all of that, though. You're right. Overshield going to be a big point of emphasis here. Snipe down going to find a kill onto Rain. That's going to be a trade in the favor of Envy because Chaotic now the last guy alive, crouching over towards that car side, does get spotted out by Hook and friends. That's going to be a nice job working with Mikwin to shut that down. Hook getting that wingman medal. 5-kill lead for Envy.
Yeah, 5-kill lead here. Straight coming off spawns, trying to split out a little bit. Rain starts getting pegged in the back here. Drops down, trying to stay alive, but nobody from Straight here to clean up any of these kills. 2 members go down. Mikwin and friends just running around, staying alive, no shields almost every time now.
That's going to be a kill going on over to Chaotic. Big point in the game here for both of these teams, trying to make their way over towards the car side and potentially make their way towards picking up that overshield. Too many bait and switches coming in, though, for the side of Envy. That's going to be a Guardian medal, Guardian Angel medal coming in. Another spawn right in front of him. So unfortunate there for Chaotic, and you can just tell Envy running on all cylinders now posturing for this overshield.
Yeah, we'll see what Hook's able to do. The collapse is still coming, and that's one of the things that can happen on Regret. The game can be so close, and then just the collapse back and forth and keeping the enemy team off spawn, things can just spiral out of control. Straight is going to have really one opportunity to get back into this, and it's really unfortunate for them that the first overshield that goes over in Envy's hands is right when they build their first big lead.
Yeah, everyone just staying alive.
That's good, though.
Nice job by Rain getting that assassination, but I feel like it could be just a little bit too late here for Straight. It's 11 kills to make up, and the pace that Envy's been putting on towards the end of this game has been insane overall, as Mikwin now making his way over with this green gun, gonna take down Denoxide, stays alive, no shields here. That's been the problem for Straight Rippin, not being able to finish these no shields guys off, especially while they've been top center over here. Now the push coming in from that car side. Are they gonna be able to eventually take Mikwin out? That's gonna be Rain dropping him. Pistola still alive over here, and then the push going towards that pink side coming in from Envy.
Ooh, Pistola not able to finish off that kill, though, so Straight Rippin showing a little bit of life towards the end of this game. Ooh, Chaotic does not get picked off by Hook, but there are 2 players over here at red. Denoxide doing a good job staying alive. There's another player above you guys. You need to find these kills here. No time to let anyone escape no shields, and Hook once again does some juking and jiving and escapes no shields.
Some hooking and jiving.
Some hooking and jiving, and oh, this is Straight. Just maybe they can still do it. Absolutely, we've seen it, but they need to get some of these kills.
And Hook somehow gets a kill after all that. That was 3 people chasing down 1. That completely opened up the map. There it is. 3 kills for 0 going on over to Envy. That's the final kill coming in. Straight Rippin, good effort, but just not enough. 50-39 Envy.
Yeah, I mean, they sent it to a game 5. They proved that they can still compete at this level here, and a couple things worked out differently in their favor, and the score there would have been just completely opposite of what we saw and how it unfolded.
Yeah, taking a look at the stats overall, it's going to be Snipe down 17 and 11, Mikwin 15 and 9. Heinz and Chaotic, not their best performance, 8 and 13, but 13 assists coming in from Richie Heinz. He dropped some serious assist bombs, had 16 in that one, 13 in that one there, but just not able to pull it off. They had the lead. I think there was a one point where, yeah, right there, 18-12 with 3 dead and a little bit of overshield, but something happened. They made some sort of positional mistakes that just allowed Envy to get back into it, and then they just took over.
Yeah, Envy did a great job closing that one out. Ever since that 25-26, I think the score was, it was just Envy's game from there on out, especially grabbing those overshields. And just the amount of times we saw Mikwin himself just escape no shields. Hook at the very end as well. Talking about swings, Tom, as we do it all the time, Hook staying alive there, that's one less kill. That's a numbers
Oh yeah, that
advantage
was
that
huge.
didn't go over to Straight, and he got to kill
I
himself.
don't think Straight got
that.
another kill after he escaped right there. I mean, there was a 3-on-1 situation. He escaped over towards P1. You had two people taking the same angle. Another player was a little bit too late coming out towards that window area, and then everybody tried to chase that kill. He kind of flanked back up towards top center, and then all of the kills went on over to Envy after that. If they would have got that kill, we're looking at a completely different scenario there, possibly setting up for that last push to rotate the spawns, but it just didn't happen.
Yeah, I mean, and power up and kills. We only had one that game, and it sure
It
enough
was sniped
coming
down
from
with that plasma caster when he was crouching around the corner on top of the base.
for the crazy double kill that he almost shouldn't have gotten.
That was a good double kill from him. Those type of plays really open up the map. But you can go back to that lead where they had 3 dead and the overshield and say, hey guys, what happened in there? Let's go watch that theater. Let's break that down. Let's see where the positional errors came in, and then let's see what Envy did so well after that.
Yeah, we do get an opportunity to speak here with Mikwin now, one of the best players I feel like in Halo 5, just coming off of a Game 5 win. Mikwin, going to Game 5 with Straight, not really something that most people watching would have expected to happen here. What happened in those games 1 and 4?
Just bad communication, to be honest. I mean, just the typical issue that we've always had. Like, someone will be too loud, or someone won't say enough, or someone will be too hectic, and I don't know. It's just the story of this team is that we always have communication issues.
So all in all, you guys end the regular season, I believe, 4-3. Not the, record that you guys were hoping for, but I've been kind of saying this throughout the day. Are you guys internally, is there any type of conflict? Or are you guys kind of still feeling like you guys are on your top of your game, even though your record doesn't kind of state that?
I mean, yeah, the last week we've played really well, minus today, but that might have been Straight playing super well. It's it's a little bit of both when stuff like that happens. Voice crack, sick. But I mean, the last week we've had really good scrims. We played really well yesterday against Ronan, and today I feel like we played our Slayers and our flag really well. So it's just strongholds sometimes can be our weakness, and we got to go back and just try and make sure that we can get at least 50% of those to be strong enough to where we can start to really show our really good performances. But yeah, no, it's nothing to worry about. I think after the reverse sweep to Opic, we kind of just looked at it with a bad mindset and didn't take it as serious, the Pro League as serious as we should have, until we went 0-2. It was kind of a kick in the nuts.
All right. Well, you guys are clearly came out and you won your series today, doing exactly what you need to do here. Although we had some kind of crazy series and some pretty nuts upsets. Do you want to comment on any of the matches today and what has unfolded?
Today was nuts. I feel bad for my dad. He's been waiting since 8 p.m. Eastern for me to pick him up from work. So he's been sitting at work just watching, and he's like, what is going on? And I don't know what's going on either. So it was nuts. It was really, really entertaining, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think we got more games in today than we've had all season long with these replays and all these Game 5s. Yeah, pretty epic.
It was the best day of Pro League ever, to be honest, for sure.
So what are you guys going to do from now into DreamHack? You guys said that you took a little bit of break. Are those breaks over, or are you guys going to get really focused now moving forward?
Probably really focused. I mean, it's a month straight of practice, so we're not going to feel as pressured to play 6 to 7 days a week. We can play as much as we can, which is the biggest thing. We're not going to feel bad if we have to take a day. And I think that we're actually trying to do some earlier scrims on the weekends so that we can actually go out and enjoy ourselves, so that we're not failing on scrims to go out with friends and stuff. So yeah, we're gonna make the best of it. A month of practice. It's been a really long time since we've literally just had scrims for a month.
All right, Mikwin. Well, congratulations on another Game 5 series win here for your squad. I believe you guys just solidified yourselves as the 4th seed here. Evil Genius is looking at 5th, and then and then Luminosity.
I'm waiting until the very last graphic to say anything.
I think Kyle's right.
All right. Well, anyway, congratulations. We look forward to Snipe Down's montage tomorrow as well. So tell your whole team we said good job, and we look forward to seeing you at DreamHack, because this is, I'm sure, to be probably the best Halo 5 tournament we've ever had.
That's going to be awesome. Nice talking to you guys.
There you had it. Envy. Mikwin especially doing amazing things. Definitely probably MVP in my book, even in this series, although Hook definitely stepped up here for this squad. But let's go ahead and take a look at today's schedule and how these games unfolded here, as this was just not something that I could have predicted. If you gave me 3 guesses to figure out how today was going to unfold, I wouldn't have got any of it right.
Yeah, I mean, again, it could have been an opportunity for all the teams on the left to win, all the red-sided teams to win, just like we saw yesterday, but it did not happen. Right from the first get-go, we saw Optic Gaming fall to Team Liquid 3-2. EG take down Ronin with the reverse sweep 3-2. Very close games in that Splice Luminosity series. And then Team Envyus taking down STR8 Rippin, winning game 2-3 in game number 5.
And let's take a look at the standings here, so make sure I'm not lying about what I'm saying. Optic Gaming and Splice both at 6-1, but Optic Gaming locked themselves into first place. Team Liquid showed up today along with Envyus here as well for that 3rd and 4th spot. So we've got our top 4 teams, and then rounding out the pack, EG, Luminosity, Ronin, and then STR8 almost, pulling a crazy upset here today, but falling just short once again. Ronin and STR8 Rippin will be headed to relegation.
Yeah, unfortunate for those teams. They're going to have some tough competition moving forward. Time for them to get grinding going forward into Atlanta. But I'm really looking forward to seeing everybody at that open event, because that is going to be insane. Definitely the highest stake open event that we've had in Halo for, definitely at least 5 to 6 years, maybe. I almost want to say maybe ever.
Yeah, it could be.
This could be the most prize money for an open event for Halo ever.
Actually, yeah, that's a really good point to bring up. I didn't even think about that. But yeah, I think you're absolutely correct there. And not only that,
besides the global championship.
And this is the first time in a while that you've seen 4 teams really be able to upset each other. The top 4 teams be able to do that.
True.
Previously, we had just Optic, then we had Optic Envy, Liquid. Now we're looking at Optic Envy Liquid Splice here. So it's gradually expanding, and we're seeing these players really start mastering the game. But if you're at home watching and you like the Pro League here, we want to hear from you in regards to your feedback here. So make sure you head over to the link on the bottom of your screen to fill out one of those forms so we can make sure that HCS is everything that you want it to be here. And one more time, just to remind you what these teams are playing for and what is coming next here for Halo. The EU League has ended. The North American League has just ended. And these teams are going to match up against each other at DreamHack Atlanta, July 21st to the 23rd. So make sure you head over to the link at the bottom of your screen right there as well to make sure you can get registered and attend as a spectator, even if you don't feel like playing there. But Tom, that does it for us here in the HCS Pro League Summer 2017 season. What a way to close it out, though. I couldn't have hoped for anything better. Always a pleasure to have you joining me up here at the desk. Much love. And, of course, no action tomorrow here. No action next week. July 21st to the 23rd, DreamHack Atlanta. Make sure you don't miss it. GG's and good night.